welcome to tonight's beer review, which I am dubbing the Capricious Beer Review, because I rather capriciously decided at the last moment to buy a bomber and review that instead of doing the whiskey review I was going to do tonight. Why? I don't know. The spirit moved me. What can I say? So, what is the beer that I went and got? Well, you all know my budget, so let's just say I always go and stick with the affordable craft here. So, this is a 2015 Harvest single hop IPA that's put out by Sierra Nevada. And the single hop being used in the production of this beer is the Idaho 7 hops. So, this was brewed at the end of February, so it's still pretty much in its fresh phase, especially since Sierra Nevada has a very good bottling line. So let's read the label, shall we? The first beer in our 2015 Harvest series features the newly developed Idaho 7 hop, which gives vivid aromas of orange and apricot layered with deep notes of fresh tea-like flavor. I really like my tea. On our never-ending quest for exciting hop flavors, we stumbled upon a pioneering hop grower in western Idaho working with a handful of new and interesting varietals. One of these captivating hops, Idaho 7, headlines the first of 5 bottles in our 2015 edition of this Harvest series. Complex fruity aromas of orange and apricot mesh with hints of black tea-like character in a pleasant fresh herbal bouquet. This IPA kicks off our 2015 series exploring diverse hopping methods: single hop, fresh hop, wet hop, and wild hop. Excuse me. Talking gets my nasal. So this has been sitting in my refrigerator for for 2.5 hours. Still a little bit on the warm side, but that's okay. You don't want these ice cold. So let's not waste any time anyways and get this show on the road. Interesting. Definitely apricot there. Pouring into a no-neck. Definitely on the warm side. It's giving off a pretty big head. I would have to say the black tea is very apparent there in the nose. Definitely hints of orange pico mixed in with that apricot. Pretty grassy and kind of an almost overripe fruit sort of smell to it as well. Just ever so slightly. Passion fruit, which is something I smell in a lot of IPAs. The color is a fairly light yellow-orange, very clear, very carbonated. Probably also because it is a bit on the warm side. Deep, juicy apricot and stone fruit flavor there. Very light on the palate. I forgot to mention this is 6.5 ABV. Very light on the bittering finish. There's just a hint of resininess there. Not overwhelming pine. It sticks with you, but this is very much a fresh, fruity, kind of hop-forward IPA. Those lovely tea notes are in that mid-palate there. They're kind of underneath the fruitiness, but still, and that's not because they aren't strong, it's just that they're a bit more subtle in character. Very much a tea-like mouthfeel, too, I find. And that's probably due to the tannic nature of the hopping. Well, I wouldn't say tannic nature of the hopping because it's a completely different process, but it feels the same. hopping and tea, black tea can have the same sort of drying out effect on the mouth. Mild drying out effect is on the good side. If you oversteep your tea, it's just like leather in your mouth, and you don't want that, to tell the truth. But I'm digressing here. Malts are extremely well integrated with the hopping here. It's very difficult to tell where the hopping where the malts end and the hopping begins. By the same token, it certainly has its old world style taste to it. And that's just because of the fairly mild finish. And and sort of shading in between the malts in the hops, that they're shaded together as opposed to here is the malts, here is the hops, which is what I kind of find in the New World style. Of course, this is definitely a New World hop being used in this. The juiciness and that sort of residual pineness, as well as there not being much in the way of earthiness or heavy floral spice nature. Just a delightful mouthfeel with this beer. I'm kind of enjoying it at this temperature. Seems to be the perfect temperature, which what I would guess is about 55 to 60 degrees right now. All the flavors seem to be working well in harmony with each other. And I can definitely say I am enjoying this a lot more than the last single hop offering, which was the Yakima single hop. Which, if I remember correctly, I found a bit on the one-dimensional side. This is not one-dimensional. It's, well, I wouldn't say it's very complex. It's certainly nuanced and shaded. Now, I'm starting to get really freaking pretentious in my beer reviews, aren't I? If I'm getting too pretentious, tell me. Kick my ass, slap me, what have you. This definitely feels a lot lighter than the 6.5 ABV, but still wonderful mouthfeel. Just balanced all around. I quite like it, honestly. Not a hot bomb. But you probably already guessed that much already. So, in summation, Sierra Nevada Harvest Single Hop IPA for 2015, brewed with the Idaho 7 hops. Certainly an interesting varietal. One that bears some further exploration in other beers, of course, as is par for the course with most brewing, blended with other hops. Excuse me. But on its own, fairly interesting to drink. Again, at under $5 for this bottle, very well worth the price, very affordable, very bargain. After all, it's only like, what, $2? Less than $2 more than the cheap swill in the big bottle. So, if that's what you're looking for, if your cheap drunk is what you're looking for. Yeah, I was going to say I'm not looking for that, but yeah, I'm looking for that sometimes. So, that's your beer review for tonight, folks. Enjoy, and cheers.